All right, welcome back. For your do now today, I wanted you thinking about what are some things about Eisenhower that made him successful, and what were some things that were unsuccessful. So, yesterday you should have found some reasons to think he was a good, successful president, and some reasons why maybe he wasn't as successful. Um, Today we're going to finish up that research. So, we're going to take a few minutes now to try and complete that assignment, find some different sources, explain reasons why he was successful or unsuccessful, but also have quotes from those sources that prove it. You can pause this video. We'll come back and we'll talk about the writing activity for part two. All right. So we're trying to decide if Eisenhower is a successful president or not. We're not just saying he either was or wasn't. We are going to try and answer questions that we call to what extent, like to what degree, how much of this is true. So it wasn't just that he's either completely successful or completely unsuccessful. It's like a line. Where is he on the scale? Is he very, very successful? Is he somewhat successful? Mostly? Is he somewhat unsuccessful? Right. So we're going to try and understand that it's not just pick a side. He's not either successful or unsuccessful. There's somewhere in between. So we're going to try using qualifier language to do this when we answer our questions. It just gives a little bit more complexity to our thinking. All right, so we're going to use words like mostly or somewhat or rather, very, slightly, things like this when we talk and when we write. And when we deal with a counterclaim, we're not going to be straight just challenging it. We're trying to balance it. We say, yes, this is true, and that makes him look unsuccessful, but mostly he's still overly successful because of this. All right, so it's not so much about either pick one side or the other, it's where is he in between. All right, so we're going to try to answer this question: to what extent was he a successful president? You're going to have to pick a side. Right? Is he mostly successful? Try to qualify where he is, and then defend it with evidence and cite that evidence and have analysis and everything. So we're going to practice writing it all out. So the first thing we need to do is come up with an answer. Where is he on your scale? You need to be able to explain to me, where is he on this scale of extremely successful to extremely unsuccessful? Where does he fall? Here's some adjectives and adverbs you might use. You're just going to restate the question. Eisenhower was mostly a successful president, slightly a successful president, mostly unsuccessful, however you want to say it, and then explain why in your own words. Why is that the case? Next, we need evidence. All right, this should be evidence you found yesterday or today. And you're going to say according to or as seen in, and then you're going to give me that quote. Next is the analysis. This is a really hard part. This is where you're going to get a lot of your points, is you have to explain, like, why does your reason matter so much? Why is this so important? The evidence you brought up, the argument you brought up, why does that prove him to be mostly successful or unsuccessful or slightly, whatever it was? Right? This might take a few sentences. This part's hard. Then we need the counterclaim. What does the other side say? If you're saying he's mostly successful, what is it that makes him unsuccessful? And you can even use evidence for this. You can say, as someone suggests, here's something about Eisenhower. Then we got to find ways to balance this out, right? We have to say, like, yeah, here's the bad, but the good outweighs. Why does the good outweigh? Or why does the bad more significant? Why does your claim outweigh the counterclaim? And then we just need to tie back. Conclusion: how does this balance out to him being mostly or somewhat successful or unsuccessful?